Some people think you're Amish because of the black hat, and what do I know? I like to wear a beard, and that thing is happening, and yeah, what else? Sometimes Jewish. Yeah, but I'm always happy when the people ask me, or just reacting like asking me, and then I try to tell what I'm doing.
Introducing Sven the Journeyman. Unfortunately, his surname can't be revealed due to journeyman tradition.
My name is Sven, I'm from Germany, and I'm a traveling cabinet maker on my traditional journey as the journeyman. That's what I'm doing here. Just came over here to have a look how everything is here live, working, and I'm really appreciated how it is here, and I like everything how it is working in Australia. It's a bit different like in Europe.
Over the last 12 months in Australia, Sven has travelled out to Bourke, up the east coast of Australia, and even hiked along the Tasman Peninsula.
Yeah, I was walking with another guy from Fortescue Bay to Waterfall Bay, which is called the Tasman Trail on the Tasman Peninsula, and I did it with all my stuff and all I got on, and that was a very, very limited experience over the hill, and then it was kind of like 11 hours of walking in this dress in the sun, and it was very sweaty and very exhausting.
He's paid for his way by doing woodwork and cabinet making.
I'm building cabinets, like all the inside stuff of a house, whatever you reckon, like tables, shelves, kitchens, and furniture, every kind of furniture you can imagine. The last work I did in Tasmania, we built a round bench seat, or like a sofa or couch, whatever, in an octagonal round room, which will get a library and an office as well. And all the timber you can see is myrtle, which is really nice timber.
There are hundreds of journeymen like Sven travelling around the world at any one time. It's a tradition that used to exist across much of Europe, but today survives mainly in Germanic countries.
The journeyman thing is that if you do your apprentice in Germany or Austria or Switzerland or Denmark, that's the countries where journeyman mostly comes from. And after you're doing your apprentice, which takes you usually 3 years, in a job in one of the traditional trades like carpenters, cabinet makers, joinery, or bricklayers, or stonemasons, or blacksmiths, and carpenters, you can decide to go on your journey as a journeyman, which is a fair old tradition. You can say it's 800 years old, and then you try to find your guild which you travel in.
Sven tells us the name of his guild when we meet him a little later on a boat where he's been living while in Sydney.
Rechtschaffene, fremde Zimmerer und Schieferdecker Gesellen.
You say that one more time.
Rechtschaffene, fremde Zimmerer und Schieferdecker Gesellen.
And what does that mean?
Rechtschaffen, that's a fairly old word, which means that you have to be true what you're saying and do what you're saying, and it's pretty hard to explain in English for me. Just stick to your words, and what every journeyman should do, just behave like that everybody other journeyman can pass you. So and then Zimmerer it's carpenters, and Schieferdecker are like the old roofers who put the special tiles on the roof.
He will continue his journey until November the 8th this year, exactly 3 years and 1 day after he began. Every journeyman must travel for this exact number of days. Sven is quite old for a journeyman, 31 years to be precise, and the tradition does not run in his family. He decided to become a journeyman only after meeting one himself.
And then I finally met, while working in another joiner company, a journeyman, and then that was it. you just came to the meeting. You have to get off now, otherwise it's too late. And then it was all happening, which by now I'm pretty happy about that. That's our little galley here. We're cooking all the food up and running water as well. Like, you have to, on a ship, when you live in it or traveling on it, you have to have everything, the galley and stuff, and that's another thing. Journeymans have, or we should take our hat off in the kitchen or in the galley, whatever.
Sven is only too happy to share with us some of the rich and age-old journeyman traditions, not least of all his impressive costume.
Then down here you have a belt with your sign of your trade as well. And then the trousers, they got pretty big flares, which is just to keep your shoes dry and clean as well. That's the bags we used to have. There's just in that roll in the middle, I first attach me tools on that wooden piece here, and then I roll up all my working clothes in there. So there's all my working clothes and a couple of tools. I got a hammer here and a couple of chisels and pole saws as well, Japanese saws. And then here's a bit of clothing, a couple of shirts and whatever you need, undies, socks, and that's just the sleeping bag here, and that's usually all you got for 3 years. That's our walking or traveling stick we used to have, because what we do is it makes it a bit easier as well for us traveling, and I can show you that what we do. That's usually the proper, or what many people even know here in Australia, about kind of a swagman thing. So what we do, we just stick it through there and then have that up on our shoulder. That's a bit easier to carry it, and that's a bit like the traditional swagman thing with a walking stick and the swag on the back. And in the old days, or in Germany, we still do it when we go somewhere in a town hall or something. We used to close our jackets just in order to show that we're coming in a friendly way. That we can't pull any kind of weapon out or whatever. Because in former times they used to travel with weapons, and if you close your jacket, you can't pull it out. Even when you met other journeymans, you close your jacket and then say hello to them.
Another thing that is on every journeyman's to-do list is to get his travel book stamped.
Running through the whole town nearly, I finally got the stamp. And look at this. A little stamp from Australia with a nice little kookaburra, or what is it? Redback kingfisher. No, a kingfisher. And I got me stamp from Sydney. How nice is that?
But there's one more tradition that Sven has left to show us today. Around the corner at the Bavarian Beer House, businessmen and women, on their afternoon drinks break, have little idea that a journeyman is about to enter their pub and give a traditional speech to ask politely for some free food or drink.
Question if I can give you a nice traditional speech for beer.
Yeah, sure.
Sure? And he might film it. Okay.
What's it being filmed?
Journalist student. Doing interviews about interesting
Although journeymen are not allowed to carry business cards, this is one place where Sven is happy to make an improvised exception. As Sven takes a bit of time to reflect back over his journey, his departure from Sydney to the next leg of his journey in Frankfurt draws nearer. From there he will travel around South Germany, attend a festival for journeymen, and then head up the coast of Norway.
Of this part of my journey, yeah, I have one laughing eye and one crying eye, I reckon. I got a really good time in Australia, and my English is pretty well by now, which I like as well. And yeah, but my plans are to come back one day, whatever.